Hey, it's Friday. It's the wrap up. Johnny here. Team Superdad, friends, family, members all around the world. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Quick check that the sound is up. Absolute chaos. It's Friday night. It's 8 o'clock. Not normally the time we do the wrap up. Wrap up normally happens at lunchtime on a Friday. But you know what? Every other week I have the kids on a Friday, and I have got to accept, absolutely got to accept, that the likelihood of the wrap up getting done at lunchtime is almost zero. or I start doing it 11:45. 11:45 to 12:15. Probably a good idea. Welcome. I haven't even made the banner. It's Friday. Friday the what? Friday the 13th. Dun dun dun. Are you one of those people that believes in those sorts of things? Are you superstitious? Absolutely. Absolutely. Where's the wrap up? There we go. Friday. I'm going to make this banner quickly. Yeah, Friday the 13th. I don't know. Do you remember back in the day, if you're in the UK, you'd read like the Sun, or that's pretty much the paper we read, and dear Deirdre, and the horoscopes in there. Like, people used to read those things every day. People used to read the horoscopes every day. I'm supposed to be on Instagram. I haven't even set the thing up. Let's go live on Instagram after doing it. So yeah, people used to read the horoscopes every day. Russell Grant, not Russell. Was it Russell Grant? Blimey, I think it was. I think it actually was Russell Grant. Bloke's a millionaire, I think, from horoscopes. Made $1 million from doing horoscopes. You can make $1 million doing pretty much anything if you just, make everyone believe that you're the expert in it. That make everyone believe that you're the person. You're the person to do it. Let's get that on Reels. Let's get that on live. We're going live on Instagram. And welcome to all the Instagram people. Bring that up a little bit there. Yes. So it's the wrap up. It's Friday the 13th. And we're here on the wrap up number 17, which, as I said last week, is pretty good going. I'm very happy to be making these things happen. It is lockdown and lots of challenging times. I'm really recognizing myself the weirdness. Like, you just go through the motions. You're working, you're picking up the kids, you're doing the shopping, and you're thinking everything's okay. And then just stuff starts, just like the walls are closing in a little bit, and you realize, I haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen my aunt, or I haven't seen my dad, or I haven't seen a friend. I'm talking to a friend. I'm talking to Athos, and we're about, talking to Paul. I did actually go running with Paul this week. But you're saying, oh, I'll pop round, and you're thinking, oh, we're not really supposed to do that. We're not actually allowed to do that. Like, you're not allowed to pop round to someone's house. Just get that in your head a second. You're not allowed to pop round to someone's house. And that's the extremeness of what we're living through right now. It shouldn't be taken lightly. If you're married, if you're in a relationship and you're under the same roof, then give each other a break, right? Make sure you're having some fun. Make sure you're giving each other some slack. Really, really take time to say to someone, how are you doing? Is there anything you need? Do you want me to get out your way for the day, or just be conscious of each other's needs, if you're like. And if you are single, then make sure you're definitely getting outside. Make sure you're. I've been running with Paul the other day. We walked the dogs today with Kelly and the kids after school. Friend Kelly. So just be conscious about not spending too much time on your own, and particularly indoors as we're into winter. As usual, if you've not been on the wrap up before, this is the Friday wrap up. This is the end of the week. I have got people lined up that are going to start doing this with me in a few weeks' time, which may or may not even work, right? Because maybe it will just be loads of blokes chatting, which is another thing altogether. So, but that's the Team Superdad gang, co-hosts, different bloggers, different vloggers, other podcasters, just a group of dads, different age groups, different backgrounds, bus drivers, lecturers, bloggers, like I said. Who else? We got accountants. Take my wallet out. Do you know there's something weird about having your wallet in your back pocket? You don't actually notice that you're sat on it constantly, and it actually digs in your ass, doesn't it? So get that out of there. So the dad group, the co-hosts, they're all coming together. So I'm literally that is happening. I keep talking about it, but it is actually happening. But in the wrap up, we just celebrate the weeks, the highs and the lows of the week. This is important that you do this. If you've got a goal, if you've got a plan, if you're working on a mission, right, you've got to have longer term goals, but then you've got to have shorter term goals, and then you've got to have stuff you're trying to get done day by day, right? And I don't mean trying, it's a shit word, isn't it? As you, what does Yoda say? There is no try, do or don't. As if that sounded like Yoda. What does Yoda sound like? All I can think of is the Kinder Egg toy. Yeah, boy, Shiki toy, which is not Yoda, is it? Well, actually, that's probably closer to Yoda than the first impression. Anyway, there is no try. Just do or don't do, right? But if you're planning out your day, make sure you've got actions for your day so that you get them done, right? What are you going to achieve today? Micro goals. A good friend of mine, a mastermind I've recently been on, a mentor to a certain degree, Beju Solanki, on his Change Your Game program, talks about micro goals. So definitely adopting that into my life. You'll see it inside of Team Superdad. Micro goal is an action that you can take during that day that you know you can complete on. So a micro goal would be, I'm going to make 5 sales calls, or I'm going to call 5 Team Superdad members, 5 members of the community. Now, they might not answer. So it's very hard to say, I'm going to make 5 sales today. If you track your sales and you know how many sales you convert out of calls, then you might have to say, I'm going to make 20 calls today, because then you might know you're going to get 5 sales on average. But have your micro goal be something actionable and achievable, so that you can really feel some momentum towards your weekly goals, to your monthly goals. That's a very basic version of setting goals and making them happen. So in the wrap up, we have to celebrate things that have gone well, but also things that have not gone so well, right? So I got my running order as usual. If you've been following me, I'm going to have a little sip of beer because it is 8 o'clock on Friday. I don't really drink that much, but it has been needed. If you've been following on Instagram, hello Instagrammers, on the live right now. The Daily Sweat. I've been really banging on about the Daily Sweat. Oh, by the way, if you're watching, say hello in the comments. Have I got a comment here? Yes, Freetown. Good to see you. Freetown is am I going to call him Freetown? I don't know. Freetown is incognito. He's got an also known as, right, which I didn't realize. I'm saying, where are you from? Who are you? And he says, it's me, it's Issa. So anyway, good to have you on board, Freetown. We'll call you that. We'll call you by your pseudonym, right? Fellow podcaster, met through the London Podcasting Network, and a all-round good guy. So you're going to see him as one of the co-hosts on the Superdad Hangout, basically. If you want to comment like that, then please do. You can click on the link in the description, Team Superdad, facebook.com/StreamYard, and your name will appear beautifully there. So feel free to comment there. Freetown, good to have you on board, buddy. Yeah, I've been banging on about the Daily Sweat on all the channels in the mornings. So I've just been, you know how much fitness is important to me, right? And I'll bang on about how much it is important to all of us, because you've got to be fit because you want to keep up your kids, have good sex if you get the chance, look good naked, which might help you get more sex, and basically just have less aches and pains, right? Have more positive feelings. I know if I work out, if I get the job done, if I've sweated, if I've worked out, then I feel way better for it. And it's weird because you imagine, or our brain tells us, oh, it's going to be hard work, it's going to be tiring, and what's the point? But on the other side of the workout, you feel good. So why wouldn't you do that? If someone says to you, I've got something free for you, and you feel good at the end of it, even if you don't like it, you're going to feel, do it. Just bloody get on with it. Let's bring up my... let's get rid of that. Should we hide that? There we go. So in the Daily Sweat is really simple. It's in the Team Superdad group on Facebook or on Instagram. You take a picture of yourself working out and you post it, and you put on there, hashtag Daily Sweat, right? It's that simple. Picture of you working out, or walking the dog, or doing a press up, whatever. You can even, if your daily sweat is getting your end away, then let's have a picture of that as well. an appropriately angled one, for sure. But whatever, whatever you're doing to get your workout in, then let's get it on the Daily Sweat, because I want to encourage and motivate us all around our health and fitness. Pete Bennett, Pete is Pete, right? Pete the PT. Him and I are working on the Team Superdad workout like routine called the F5. I've been trying it out, which is quite simple. It's press ups, sit ups, burpees. The sit ups can be crunches or whatever version of a sit up you want to do. The plank, that's fine. And so it's 3 reps of each one, minute long. So a minute of press ups, minute of sit ups, minute of burpees. You can take a break in between each one. No more than a minute in between each one, by the way. So the whole thing is done in 15 minutes. And that, if you just start on that, that will be your workout. Okay. Make it happen. Picture Daily Sweat inside the group. I've pinned the Daily Sweat comment and feed stream to the top of the group for the time being, so you can't miss it. And there should be prizes, some kind of encouragement. Yeah. So we'll work on that. We'll work on some, I don't know, Amazon vouchers or something along those lines for prizes in the end. But we've got to have people on there to make it happen. Where's my little notes? I'm on, by the way, just in case you're wondering, I'm on about post number 85 or 90 on the Daily Sweat. So no excuses. What's up next? Oh yeah, man, it's been a tough week. This week. The kids, I've mentioned this before. They're just going into this new age group, right? And the thing I've started to realize this week is I've got to change. Right, as they change, I've got to change and evolve. They're not my little fun-loving babies that follow me around with wide eyes, just want to play. They're their own grumpy, determined, motivated little humans, and it's unlikely, or increasingly unlikely, that they're going to want to do the same thing as me, or in particular that they're going to want to do the same thing as each other. So just keeping them happy and juggling it all, and they make so much mess. It's unbelievable, and at the same time, obviously believable, because I remember, I can't, getting in the bath and then just like exploding your clothes everywhere before you get in the bath or the shower. It's a job to get them in there, but then the mess that's been created. But then I remember my brother and I went through a stage of having, you're not going to believe this, toilet roll fights in the bath. Okay, so there was no showers flipping 30 years ago or whatever, not in the UK. Everyone had a bath, right? So we went through this phase of having toilet roll fights. And what this consisted of was getting in the bath and having a toilet roll, fresh toilet roll, getting it wet and throwing it at each other, which is hilarious, okay, because it's really heavy and wallops you in the head. And it's absolutely brilliant. Apart from if you're the person who's got to clean that up. So kudos to my sister, who I'm pretty sure had to clear that up a number of times, but just clumps of sodden loo roll splattered around the bathroom and the upstairs. So, I'm getting tense and stressed out on my kids, but oh my gosh, think of the carnage that we caused. Getting them to wash up. It's just a long journey, right? I was talking to a lady today, and she was helping me about another challenge to do with my kids and just how they're coping with the separation and their own mental health and stuff, and getting some low level counseling for our kids, which I'm not sure I necessarily would go and seek as a solution to something. I think I'd look at what was really the root cause of it and make sure that was getting addressed first. But giving him someone to talk to, definitely a positive thing. Him being able to see his parents getting along would also be a positive thing. But push comes to shove, his needs do come first, and more than anything, he communicated that he wanted someone to talk to. So we created that for him, and he's got that. I've caused a fair amount of resistance around it, but in reaching out to some of my communities this week, and the Landmark community around the Introduction Leader program, and some other groups I've been in, and just said, I need some help here. I'm like, I'm struggling with some stuff that's going on with my kids, and I don't really know what to do about it. And whatever you're going through, it could be big or small. The dad call is the the reason we do the dad call every other Monday for the Team Super Dad. The dad call is a free weekly, so it's bi-weekly session it's a Monday night, 8 p.m. You can register at teamsuperdad.com/dad call. That's teamsuperdad.com/dad call. And it's just a safe, completely private space for dads to come and connect and have a laugh or get something solved. This week, we literally just had a laugh. We talked about bands and who could sing. We talked about shaving routines. We just had a laugh and took the piss. Oh, we talk about being fit and who was the least fit of us. And to be honest, even in amongst the banter, we talked about someone's autism and their autistic tendencies, and we had some joking about Tourette's and stuff, which obviously isn't a funny subject, but it's equally brings humor, and we talked about some comedians who use it. So the dad call is a perfect place for you to come and be part of. teamsuperdad.com/dad call. But I reached out to a couple of my communities this week and said, this is what's going on. The school's been on the phone. My wife and I are disagreeing. Ex-wife and I are disagreeing. Kids counselling. What do I do? And just to be able to talk that through with people, just to be able to get a different perspective. I've spoken to mums. I've spoken to a couple of dads, and also just other words of encouragement from people saying, I'm not sure how much help I can be, but well done for bringing it up. Well, if you're not getting enough support from other people, by all means, call me. The world is a lonely place if you try and do it on your own. And in no scenario, and I'm going to do a specific live stream about this, but in very few scenarios is isolation a successful idea, right? In prison, they put you in isolation as a punishment, right? So why would you put yourself in isolation? It doesn't make any sense. If you look up at the stars, there's billions of them all together doing their thing. If you look at the workings of a clock, a watch, a computer, a microphone, right? There's hundreds, if not thousands of pieces all working together to cause a result. Even people that do something on their own, like if someone walks to the blooming Antarctic or whatever, they've got a support team behind them that's making it all possible. There is almost no scenario where someone completely goes it alone for reasons, for positive reasons. Okay, so whatever you're going through, it's the last I'll say on this little rant. But I've had a tough week in certain respects, and speaking about it, getting it out there, and allowing people to come and support me has been a massive boost. So make sure that you do that. It's vital. It's a key part of what the Team Super Dad community is about. And that's why, a large part of what we do at Team Super Dad is free and open access to dads, men. Just come and be part of it. Come and get involved. And particularly the dad call every other Monday night. Money. Also, I guess as essence of that, I've been working on the Hero Academy and talking to a new member of the Team Super Dad community who is called Raymond Holt. He is a financial advisor, accountant, like wealth management guy, wealth expert guy. And just meeting him this week, and he's joined the Team Super Dad community, and we're going to be working together and doing some modules for the Hero Academy about managing your money, about saving, which sounds bloody boring, right? Saving, but seriously, it's not. Christmas is coming up, and you're going to blow all the money, or you're going to create a financial framework that helps you manage it. I have a cash flow for my business, and that was impressed upon me when I first started my own businesses. I haven't always managed it well, but that's why I've got a bookkeeper and she helps me manage it well. I have dabbled with having a cash flow for my personal life, and this week I have set it up properly. I have set it up absolutely properly to have a cash flow that I'm going to manage for my life. Daniel Latto, also a member of the Team Super Dad community, wealth creation guy. You can join. He's got his own Facebook group, Mastermind, part of which is around wealth creation. And when you talk to people about what their secrets of success are, there's some really basic things that they do, and one of them is managing their money properly. You hear this expression, what you focus on. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where attention goes, energy flows. And money is really part of that. In the Bible, I'm no religious expert and stuff, but it says that God won't give you money unless you're managing what you've got well, right? Which, believe that as you may, like whether you believe God's going to do that or not, it is a truism that if you create the skills to manage something well, you're probably going to have more of it. If you're a flipping farmer, you don't have to farm a field, you're not going to get many crops. If you look after your field well, you're going to probably get a bumper crop. So money matters, right? And the Hero Academy, there's going to be lots in there about managing your money and making money. So part of that for me was about my own integrity and making sure that I was practicing what I preach. As I've said to you all along, I'm no expert in all these areas. I just had a vision to pull the Hero Academy and Team Superdad together because I thought, how the hell am I going to fix all this? How am I going to kick my life back into action and have it be what I want it to be? And that's when it came to me. I know all the right people. I'm just not listening to them. So that's what I've done, basically. There'll be lots going on in December around the Focus Challenge, and that'll be the roll in to the Hero Academy, which will boot off at the beginning of January. So make sure when you see the Focus Challenge come up that you get on board that, because that will be your gateway, your early bird into the Hero Academy, of which there will be 30 spaces available. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Perfect segue into Mr. Johnny Depp. If you've been watching the Johnny Depp scenario, the libel case with the Sun, you've got to check this out to believe it, right? I might get some of this wrong because I don't really follow the news that much, but he was married. And we're talking about the famous Johnny Depp here, right? Swashbuckling, Pirates of the Caribbean dude, Johnny Depp. He was married to some woman called Amber Heard, who's also like a bit of a celeb. Pretty crazy, bonkers marriage by all accounts. Lots of arguments but he took the Sun newspaper, which is a UK rag, daily just newspaper in the loosest possible terms. But he took out a libel case because the Sun called him a wife beater. And he said, basically, I didn't do that. And then we took him to court for libel. Loads of evidence about how she'd abused him on multiple occasions and had done so to other people in previous relationships. And push comes to shove, the whole case finds in favor of the Sun and basically saying that Amber Heard had not abused her husband, which in a goldfish bowl scenario, and this is not about does domestic abuse happen to women, because of course domestic abuse happens to women and that is not okay, right? This is not about that subject, but this is about the subject of men who face domestic abuse and how they are ignored. And this case absolutely highlights that. And it's a problem all around the world. You want to look at equality. Equality goes both ways. It is really vital that just because domestic abuse, domestic violence towards women from men is unacceptable and needs to stop, doesn't mean that domestic abuse from women towards men doesn't exist, or that it's okay, or that it's excused by some other reason, right? It can't be that way. And there's a couple of petitions going around, right? Because Johnny Depp's had his career just crashed right now out of all this. And maybe he should have taken responsibility for the situation a bit more. Maybe he should have left his wife. Maybe he had a reason why he couldn't. Maybe underneath it all he loved her. Maybe, who knows, maybe I didn't leave my relationship when arguably I could have. And it's just a really interesting snapshot. If you're a conscientious man, if you're listening and looking at the rise and the ferocity of the feminist movement and equality, which I'm bang on. Okay, cool. I don't even want equality to be a consideration for my daughter. Why should it be? There should be no reason why men and women have different opportunity or are prevented from having the same opportunities. But it has to go both ways in child court, in domestic abuse cases. There are many scenarios where men aren't given the same opportunity to defend themselves at the very least. So get wise to that, and let's all get behind Johnny Depp and support him there. Couple of final things. The food update. My daughter and I, she wanted to try more food, right? This is how cool my daughter is. She's like, I want to try more foods. How many children come and tell you that? How many children say to you, I want to try more foods? Unfortunately, she created a chart which has got 100 boxes on it, right? So somehow or other, over the next however long, she's put it on there 20, 21. We've got to try 100 different foods. So this week, for the first time ever, I made sweet and sour sauce. I'm not a big fan of like Chinese altogether. I'd rather have a Thai, or I'd rather have an Indian. But she wanted to have, she wants to have once a week, she wants to have vegetarian night, which I'm also all for. When they're not here, I eat less meat and more fish when they're not here. But sweet and sour. So quick rundown of what's in sweet and sour. Pineapple juice, soy sauce, rice vinegar or apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, ketchup, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, and then some like a bit of corn flour or what? What you make a sauce with. Anyway, a roux, basically. Bit of flour, bit of oil, make up a roux, bang it all together, bring it to the boil, and you've got a sweet and sour sauce. Absolutely brilliant, right? Sweet and sour sauce. First time. Who'd have thought it? Really tasty. So many dads cook, okay? And many dads have no idea whatsoever how to cook, what to cook, and just don't do it. So my encouragement to you, not just this week, okay, but every week, if you're not a dad that cooks, then put your hand up at home and say, right, from this week onwards, I am going to cook every Wednesday night, and take it upon yourself to go out there and discover how to cook, what to cook. Do not let this be a skill or a thing that just sits with your wife. It looks like I've got another comment here. What did you? Oh, okay, Freetown. Sorry, buddy, I was not paying attention. I'll come back and answer these questions after my rant about cooking in Freetown. Where's my banners gone? Let's get that back up. The cooking challenge for Team Superdad. If you've just once a week, right? And if you do cook regularly, because here's the clanger if you're cooking regularly, okay? If you're cooking regularly, the easy habit is to end up cooking the same bloody stuff. So make a chart, just like my daughter did for me. This is her inspiration. Make a chart and start to have at least one new meal. Try one new food a week. That's it. It will open your eyes to new things that are in the supermarket. It will challenge your taste buds. It will get you into conversation with other people. If you're not in a relationship or lockdown, right? Use that night to have people over for dinner. Or if it's about your partner, then use that night as a date night or to pamper her. Get the kids off to bed or whatever that version of that is. But set the table, light a candle, have some fun around cooking. I absolutely love cooking. My dad, it became part of our life. My mum, I always remember my mum cooking. Of course, then she died, right? And my memory from that time is that my dad didn't cook before she died, and he cooked everything after she died. I don't know if that's true, but what I do know is that that's when my memories of really being involved in cooking first happened. And I want that to be the same for you and your family. Absolutely go out there and weekly, if you don't cook, decide and tell your family that you're going to be doing at least one meal a week, okay? And get interested, make it fun. And if you cook already and you cook loads of things, then decide that once a week you're going to have something new. Dads, if you are not someone who cooks and do not know where to start, then post in the Team Superdad group and we'll be all over it to help you out. I will happily, I think I'm going to do it inside of the Hero Academy anyway, is a whole cookery section of sharing my cupboards, what I cook with, and how I turn one set of sort of standard supplies, herbs, spices, oil, things that I shop and buy regularly, how I turn that into about 15 or 20 regular meals for me and Team Jensen. So make it happen. Get involved. Freetown. Freetown asked a couple of questions here, way back to when we were. He said, I remember when I realized my. So what did Freetown says? Oh, this might not even be Freetown. Oh, it's Freetown. He's talking from earlier. He said, I remember when I realized my older two's main characteristic were that my children, it's been great learning from them how I should be treated them. My wife has helped a lot in this area too. I think I know what you mean there, right? I'm trying to pick that apart. What they want when you say, you decide what they want because they're my children. You sort of call the shots on what you go and do. And then they get to a certain age and you have to start listening to what they want to do. And you realize that there's suddenly 4 voices and 4 wants and 4 interests to actually accommodate in the house. And then Freetown went on to say, what did you use to set up your cash flow? I will share it inside the Focus Challenge, which is happening at the beginning of December, which is a while away. Freetown, I'll send you it on Google, my friend. I'll send you that. In fact, anybody, if you're watching this, comment below if you want the cash flow template, and I will send you that. Raymond and I are going to be doing a live about managing your personal finances. And that's going to be a preview of the Focus Challenge that's happening in December. So basically just watch this space. We've got a whole lot of things coming about managing money. It's just a Google sheet, which you can open in Excel as well. It's dead easy. You put what's coming in, you put your regular outgoings, and you can actually start to see where your money is and how much you've got. And honestly, like I said, where attention goes, energy flows. Good cash flow template. Yes, please. Like I said, if you comment in the description, I will make sure you get that cash flow template. Where are we? Last thing. That's it. The plan for December. Oh yeah, the plan for December. I've just touched on that with the Focus Challenge. And I mentioned it last week about Christmas. I'm sorry to use the C word. Fucking cunt. No, I'm sorry to use the C word, Christmas, but it is coming. It is coming. And a couple of things happened today. My boy, Jago, brand new football, not the most expensive football, but it was on sale. So it's like a 25 quid football down to 16 quid in Sports Direct. I said to him, let's put it in a bag and carry it to the park. He kicked it to the park. And when we got to the park, it had a puncture. Oh, shit. Had a puncture. We got tears. We got meltdown. Brand new football, week old. If your boy loves football, or your girl loves football, you will know how heartbreaking that is. So I went online to replace the football whilst we were in the park as a sort of a surprise for it to come over the weekend. And guess what? I couldn't find a flipping size 4 football for love nor money. So I think the Christmas rush, even though we're only in the beginning of November, I think a lot of the shopping is going to be done online. And I think there are things that you might hope to find that are already selling out. Just like this whole year's been madness. Couldn't buy shaving stuff. You couldn't buy deodorant. Then you couldn't buy weights. Then you couldn't buy flour or baking products. So literally Christmas presents, make a list and start to get them now because it's going to be a shit show. That's for sure. And you don't want to be missing out. Which all ties back into the money subject of managing your finances between now and Christmas and going into 2021, making 2021 the best year ever. The Hero Academy is launching in January. The early bird and the open enrollment is going to start to happen for that in December when we run the Focus Challenge. If you want the cash flow template, and then just comment in this video now, cash flow template. I'll get that sent over to you on an email. And Raymond Holt and I will be doing an intro to all things money. And I've got him scheduled in actually. I could tell you. I think it's next Friday. Oh, why is the internet? There we go. That's so slow, so slow. I can't find it. Anyway, it's in the next week. It's in the next week or so. Raymond Holt will be on the Team Superdad live and we'll be talking cash flow. This has been the wrap up, 34 minutes, one of the longest wrap ups ever. I guess that's what happens when you do it at the end of the day. I've still got half a beer to finish here. So I'm going to go downstairs, play some FIFA and hang out with the Junior Jays. If you like what we're doing here, come on over and join the Team Superdad group on Facebook. And the easiest way to do that is if you go to teamsuperdad.com/start here or start-here. you will see how to get the podcast, how to join the Facebook group, and basically just become an essential part of Team Superdad. So just go to teamsuperdad.com and make that happen. Got any questions, hit me up on this video or any of the messaging channels on all our socials. Otherwise, my name's Johnny. This is Team Superdad. I'll see you next time. Team Superdad out. Bye.